light of infinite.
The lesson that keeps coming up is that the path to the promised land is fraught with obstacles. We must each overcome our own doubts and confusion and clarify our goals before meriting our ultimate goals. This happened with Avraham having to go to Egypt first, and now we see it again with the entire Jewish nation. Instead of taking B'nei Yisrael on a direct path to Israel, Hashem takes them on a roundabout way. As Mac Miller sings on Hurt Feelings about being stuck in a rut, I've been going through it, you just go around it. It sometimes feels like the only way to power through something is to push directly through it, but sometimes a circular path instead of a direct one is more healing and conducive to holiness. It allows time for healing and clarity, and that is exactly how we as a nation pushed through the waters of the Red Sea and became free. This Parashah features the song that Moshe and 3 million Jews of the Exodus burst into, in unison after they were saved by the splitting of the Red Sea. Prior to taking their fateful step into the sea, they were surrounded on all sides, Pharaoh and the Egyptians pursuing them from behind, the sea of course in front of them, a forest on one side, and impassable cliffs on the other. Spiritual exile corresponds to Egypt, and we find ourselves spiritually stuck and often trapped in our own lives, sometimes in indecision, other times by a series of obstacles that seem insurmountable. It's each of our willingness to draw close to Hashem that represents our exodus from impurity and indecision to purity and clarity, from faithlessness to a life more faithfully balanced. Often when we do feel trapped and feel that we have no viable options left, we are only left with crying out, speaking out, praying to Hashem, and in those times we will see the waters open up, and the beginning of redemption will reveal itself. The Kabbalah teaches us that the sea is a symbol of concealment, as it's a place where everything is covered by water. The sea splitting is a symbol of revelation, when that which has been hidden becomes revealed. Moshe and the 3 million Jews are all singing in unison, and for one moment, they all had the same vision as Moshe, and they were ready to receive the absolute highest. Tapping into Moshe's illuminated state of Da'at, higher perception, that was so powerful and unifying that they sang the song in unison without any distinction or differentiation. Rabbi Shlomo Carlebach says that in order to sing, one has to be free. The slaves from Africa used to sing to tell that no matter how much he tried to enslave them, they were still free. As Nelson Mandela said, to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Singing comes from the world of freedom. When you sing, you are telling evil, you do not have dominion over me. The Zohar says, whoever sings Az Yashir, the song of the sea, every day with kavanah, sincerity, will have their sins forgiven and will merit singing it together with Mashiach and all of Israel in the time of our ultimate redemption. Carlebach shares such a deep Torah about the Exodus. In this Parashah, the word Vayechi is used, a word that alludes to something sad, which begs the question, why use a sad word when writing about Pharaoh letting the Jewish people go? The Divrei Bina of Biala explains that there are moments when we have the opportunity to receive everything in the world, but human nature has us satisfied with much less, and so we don't receive what we could have. The night B'nei Yisrael left Egypt, Hashem would have given us anything, everything, redemption of the world, the Mashiach. But B'nei Yisrael, because of their doubts, were satisfied with just getting out of Egypt. So it's not enough to ask for redemption, as we already know that's coming. We must ask for it speedily, at this very moment, and with that, bask in the revealed light of infinite forever. Shabbat Shalom.